Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to VUS Learning English Podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here with me today. If you are new here, welcome. We are a family of learners from all over the world. We are so glad to have you. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. It is always a joy to have you with us again. Today, we have a very important topic, a topic that can help you feel stronger and happier. We are going to talk about difficult people and how smart people handle them. We will learn how to protect our peace, how to protect our energy, and how to feel good about ourselves. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here. It means the world to me. If you enjoy our time together, please think about liking this episode or subscribing to our channel. When you do that, you help other English learners find us. You help our small community grow. Thank you. I would love to know where you are listening from today. Are you in Somalia or Japan or Nepal or somewhere else in our beautiful world? Please tell me in the comments. I love to read about your home. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin our journey together. Sometimes in life, we meet a difficult person. This person can be in our family, or at our job, or even a friend. When you are with this person, you feel bad. You feel sad or angry or tired. Many people think there are only two choices, two ways to deal with a person like this. Choice number one is to fight. You can argue, you can shout, you can say, "You are wrong." But this feels like a big storm. It takes all your energy. You feel so tired after the fight. Choice number two is to give in. You can be quiet. You can say, "Okay, you are right." You let them win, but when you do this, you lose a small part of yourself. You let them walk over your feelings. You feel small and powerless. For a long time, people said you must choose, fight or run away. But this is not true. It is a false choice. Both choices are losing choices. If you fight, you lose your energy. If you give in, you lose your self-respect. Both paths make you feel tired. Both paths make you feel sad and powerless. The difficult person always wins, and you always lose. But I have good news for you. There is another way. There is a third option. This is the path that smart people use. Emotionally intelligent people. They use this path to protect their peace. They protect their energy. And they do it without fighting. It is not about fighting them. It is not about giving in to them. It is about making them small in your world. It is about making them not important to your happiness. It is about understanding their game. When you understand their game, you do not have to play. True power is not about controlling them. True power is about controlling your response. It is about choosing yourself. It is about choosing your peace. Today we will learn 9 strong ways to handle difficult people. 9 powerful strategies. These will help you get your energy back. They will help you feel good about yourself again. We will look at their playbook, and we will give you a new one, a better one. Let's start with the biggest change you can make. Right now. Section 1. Strategy 1. Master the art of the gray rock. The first strategy is to become a gray rock. Yes, a gray rock, like a simple stone on the ground. This idea might feel strange, but it is very, very powerful. It is called the gray rock method. Imagine a gray rock. It is not shiny. It is not beautiful. It is just a plain, boring stone. This is what you will become. You will make yourself as boring as a gray rock. Here is why this works. Difficult people are like energy vampires. They need your feelings. They feed on your emotions. When you are angry, it is a big meal for them. They love your anger. When you cry, it is like a sweet drink for them. They love your tears. When you give them a big emotional reaction, like shouting or crying, you give them exactly what they want. They want drama. They want attention. They want to feel in control. They push your buttons. They say things to make you feel bad. They do this because they like to see you react. They do not want to solve a problem. They just want to see the show. Most people react in two ways. The first way is to fight back. You say, "How can you say that to me?" This gives them drama. They like this. The second way is to fold. You cry and say, "Why are you always so mean to me?" This gives them power. They like this too. Both of these are losing moves. You lose your energy. You lose your peace. The smart way is to give them nothing. 0. No reaction. Imagine you are that gray rock. You are quiet. You are still. You are boring. A difficult person comes to you. They try to poke you. They try to kick you. They want to see you react. But you are just a rock. You do not move. You do not shine. You do not have anything interesting for them. The goal is to make them hungry. Hungry for the emotional reaction they cannot get from you. So, how do you do this in real life? You learn to hold back your emotional energy. Let's imagine an example. You have a coworker. This coworker loves to talk about other people. They love drama. They run to your desk. They say, "Oh my gosh, did you hear about Sarah? It is so bad." A reactive response is to say, "Wow, what happened? Tell me." This is what they want. The gray rock response is different. It is neutral. It is short. You look up from your work. You give a small nod. You look bored and you say, "Oh." Then you turn right back to your computer. Or maybe you say, "I see." Your voice is flat, like you are reading a shopping list. Milk, bread, eggs. Your body is not open. You are sending a message. The message is, "There is no energy for you here. Go away." What about a family member? Sometimes family can be difficult too. Imagine you're at a family dinner. Your aunt looks at you. She says, "Are you still at that small job? Your cousin just got a big new job at a law firm." She wants to make you feel small. The fighting response is to say, "My job is great. I am happy. Stop comparing me to him." This makes a big fight. It makes a scene. She is happy because she got to you. The folding response is to look down at your food. You feel sad. Your stomach hurts. You let her words ruin your dinner. The gray rock response is the smart response. You look at her. You give a small, calm smile. You say, "That's nice for him." And then right away, you turn to someone else. You ask your cousin, "How is your new puppy doing?" You do not defend your job. You do not explain anything. You do not get sad. You just let her mean words fall on the floor like a stone. Useless. You become a black hole for their bad energy. It goes in, but nothing comes out. This method is very, very powerful. Manipulators get bored with people they cannot control. When they cannot make you react, they get bored. When their games do not work, they go away. They look for an easier person to bother. Some experts say the gray rock method is not about being totally silent. Sometimes being completely quiet can make them angrier. So it is about giving very short, boring answers. Answers that give them nothing. Nothing to argue with, nothing to feel powerful about. This is your shield. You are not being rude. You are being smart. You are protecting your energy. You are saving your wonderful energy for things that matter, for people who care, for your own happiness. Section 2. Set boundaries without justification. Our second strategy is a very important one. It can be hard to learn at first, but it will make you feel so free. The strategy is set your boundaries and do not explain them. Do not argue about them. Do not defend them. What is a boundary? A boundary is a rule you make for yourself. It is a line that you draw. It says, this is okay for me, and this is not okay for me. The big problem many of us have is this. We think other people must agree with our boundaries. We think they have to understand. So, we make a rule, and then we give a long explanation. We hope the other person will say, oh, okay, I understand. For example, a friend always asks you for money. You decide you cannot give money anymore. This is your boundary. So you say, I can't lend you any more money. But then you quickly add a long story. Because I have to pay for my car and my rent is high this month. And I had to go to the dentist. We think we are just explaining our reason. But a difficult person does not hear it that way. They hear an invitation to argue, an invitation to negotiate. They do not hear your reasons. They hear your weak spots. Every reason you give is like a string they can pull. They can use it to make you feel guilty. Or they can try to solve your problem for you. They will say, oh, it's okay. You can pay your rent late this month. Or, I promise I will pay you back before your car payment is due. The moment you start to explain and defend, you have lost. Your boundary is no longer a rule. It is now a debate. And they are very good at winning debates. Smart people know a simple truth. A boundary is not a request. You are not asking for permission. A boundary is a statement. It is you saying what you will accept in your life and what you will not accept. As the researcher Brené Brown says, the people who get angry about your boundaries are the people who were happy when you had no boundaries. They liked being able to do whatever they wanted. Healthy people respect your boundaries. They hear your no and they say, okay. Difficult people hate your boundaries because boundaries mean they cannot control you anymore. So how do you do it? You say your boundary calmly and firmly, and then you stop talking. The word no is a full sentence. No, it is complete. It needs no explanation. Let's go back to the friend who wants money. They ask again, can you please lend me some money? Instead of a long story, the smart response is, I am not able to lend you any money. They will probably push. They will say, but why? You helped me before. You must resist the need to explain. Do not give a reason. Simply repeat your boundary. You can say, I understand it is a hard time for you, but I am not able to help. Or even more simply, like I said, I am not able to do that. Your voice is not angry. It is calm, but it is final. It is the end of the conversation. Think of your boundary like a fence, a strong wooden fence around your house. When you give long explanations, you are showing them all the weak spots in your fence. You are saying, here's a loose board, and here is a gate without a lock. But when you state your boundary simply, the fence is a solid wall. There are no weak spots to attack. Here's another example. A parent who calls you very late at night. Every night. It makes you tired. You decide your boundary is no more calls after 9 p.m. The next time they call late, you do not answer. You let the phone go to voicemail. The next day, you call them. You say, "Hi, Mom, I saw you called last night. I want to let you know that I am not taking calls after 9 p.m. anymore. If you call late, I will call you back the next day." She might protest. She might say, "But what if it's an emergency? I am your mother." Do not take the bait. Do not get into an argument about emergencies. Just calmly say your boundary again. "I will check my messages in the morning. As I said, I am turning my phone off at 9. Notice the words. The boundary is not, "You cannot call me." That tries to control her. The boundary is, "I will not be available." That controls you and your own actions. The most important part is to enforce your boundary with your actions. If you say you will not answer the phone, then do not answer the phone. If you say you will walk away when someone is disrespectful, then you must walk away. Your actions show them the fence is real. It is strong. It might even be electric. You do not owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. Your peace is yours to protect. If you're finding these ideas helpful, please take a moment to like this episode and subscribe. We are only just beginning. And our next strategy is so important for your own mind. Section 3. Trust your gut, not their gaslighting. Our third strategy is about taking back your own reality. Smart people learn to trust their feelings, their gut feelings. They trust their gut more than a difficult person's words, especially when that person tries to change the story. This is your best defense against something called gaslighting. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is when someone makes you feel like you are crazy. They make you doubt what you remember. They make you doubt what you see and what you feel. They will say things you know are not true. Things like, "That never happened." "You are remembering it wrong." "You are being too sensitive." "I was only joking." "Why can't you take a joke?" The goal of gaslighting is to make you unsure. They want to break your trust in your own mind. When you do not trust yourself, you depend on them. You start to think they know reality better than you do. The problem is, many of us are kind people. We are taught to give others the benefit of the doubt. We want to believe they are not lying. A toxic person uses this kindness against you. They will use it again and again. You have a conversation with them. Afterwards, you feel confused. You feel full of doubt. You think, maybe I am overreacting. Maybe it was just a joke. Maybe I'm too sensitive. This is a sign, a big red warning sign. Your mind is being attacked. Smart people stop this attack. They do this by treating their gut feeling like a fact. What is a gut feeling? It is that feeling deep in your stomach. That feeling that something is not right. Your body is very smart. Your nervous system can feel danger long before your brain can explain it. That tight feeling in your stomach. That feeling of being nervous after you talk to someone. That is not you being crazy. That is your body's alarm system. It is screaming, warning, something is wrong here. So how do we use this in our lives? You start to pay more attention to how you feel, not just the words that people say. Let's imagine you have a partner. This partner often makes jokes about you. Jokes about your cooking, or your clothes, or your intelligence. When you get upset, they say, "Wow, it was just a joke." Lighten up. For a long time, you try to believe them. You think, okay, it was just a joke. But you still feel that pain, that feeling of being made small. The smart strategy is to stop asking if you are too sensitive. Instead, you validate your feeling. You accept it. The next time it happens, ask yourself a new question. Do not ask, am I overreacting? Instead, ask, how does this make me feel? The answer will be clear. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel disrespected. It makes me feel small. Then you honor that feeling. It is your feeling. It is real. You do not need to prove that the joke was bad. The only fact you need is that it hurt you. Now you can speak from this truth. You can say calmly, I know you think it is a joke. But when you say things like that, it hurts my feelings. I need you to stop. Now watch their response. If they are a gaslighter, they will not apologize. They will deflect. They will change the subject. They will say, oh, here we go. I can't say anything right. You are always upset. Trust your gut. This is not an apology. This is more gaslighting. It is them trying to make you the problem again. You do not need to argue. You have said your truth. You can simply say, I have told you how I feel. There is nothing more to talk about. I need it to stop. If they do not stop, you now have very clear information. You know they do not respect your feelings. Another very helpful tool is to write things down. Keep a private journal. This is not for a court case. It is for your own mind. It is to keep your sanity. When a person says, I never said that, and you feel confused, you can look at your journal. You can see the date. You can see the exact words they said. This little book becomes your anchor. It holds you steady in a storm of confusion. It proves to you that you are not crazy. You are remembering correctly. Trusting your gut is a deep act of self-love. It is telling yourself, my feelings are real. My experience is valid. Even when someone is trying to tell you it is not. Difficult people love confusion. It is where they have all of the power. Your clarity, your trust in yourself is their weakness. It is like sunshine to a vampire. Section 4. The power of strategic disengagement. Our fourth strategy is at the very center of this new way of thinking. It is called strategic disengagement. This is a little different from being a gray rock. The gray rock method is for times when you must interact, like at work or at a family dinner. Strategic disengagement is about choosing not to interact at all. It is about understanding a very important truth. You do not have to go to every argument you are invited to. The main problem this solves is our feeling of obligation. We feel we have to answer that angry text message. We feel we must reply to that provocative email. A toxic person knows this. They use it to keep you hooked, to keep you feeling worried and off balance. They will send you a text late at night, a text designed to make you angry or sad. They know it will ruin your sleep. That is the point. They are always knocking on the door of your mind, demanding to be let in. Fighting back is when you open the door and start shouting. Folding is when you open the door and let them walk all over you. Strategic disengagement is when you look through the peephole. You see who is there, and you make a choice. You choose not to open the door. You let them knock. You let them stand outside. Your house stays peaceful and quiet. This is very hard to do at first. It feels rude. It feels wrong. It goes against everything we learned about being polite. But it is based on a beautiful, freeing truth. Their crisis is not your emergency. Let me say that again. Their manufactured drama is not your emergency. Let's look at an example. You have an ex-partner. They send you a text message. It says, "I can't believe you are happy now after everything we had. You clearly never cared about me." This text is bait. They want a reaction. The fighting response is to text back, "How dare you? You were the one who ended our relationship." And now you are trapped. You are in a text message battle for the next 2 hours. At the end, you feel angry, tired, and sad. They got your attention. They won. The folding response is to text back, "I am so sorry you feel that way. Of course I cared. I cared so much." Now you are apologizing for their feelings. You are trying to make them feel better. This opens the door for more guilt. They will send more messages to make you feel bad. The strategic disengagement response is the smart response. You read the text, you feel that fire of anger in your chest, you feel that sadness, and you take a deep breath and you put your phone down. You do not reply. You go make a cup of tea. You watch a movie. You call a friend and talk about something happy. Your silence is the answer. Silence is not a punishment. It is a boundary, a very strong one. Your silence says, "My peace is more important than your drama. This conversation is not healthy for me. This conversation is over." What will happen next? They will probably try again. They might send another text. Wow, so you are just going to ignore me now? That is so typical of you. This is a test. They are checking if the old buttons still work. They are checking if they can still get a reaction from you. You must hold the line. You must stay strong. Do not answer. Your continued silence shows them that the game has changed. The old rules do not work anymore. Eventually, they will get bored. They have no drama to feed on. The fire goes out because you are not giving it any oxygen. They will go and find someone else to bother, a new source of energy. This requires a big change in your thinking, a big mindset shift. You have to let go of the need to be right. You have to let go of the need to have the last word. You have to stop trying to prove to them that they are wrong. Winning with a difficult person is not about beating them in an argument. Winning is about refusing to play their game. Every time you choose not to engage, every time you choose not to reply, you take your power back. You are not running away from a fight because you are weak. You are choosing peace because you are wise. You are choosing yourself. Section 5. Observe, don't absorb. The fifth strategy is a powerful tool for your mind. It helps you protect your inner peace, even when you are near a difficult person. The strategy is observe, don't absorb. This means you watch the difficult person's behavior. Like a scientist watching an experiment. You are curious. You are detached. You are not a target. You are an observer. The problem this strategy solves is called emotional contagion. Contagion is like when one person gets sick and then gives the sickness to another person. Emotions can be contagious too. Difficult people are masters of this. They are very good at making you feel what they feel. They feel angry, and they want you to feel angry too. They feel miserable, and they want you to be miserable with them. Misery loves company. When you absorb their feelings, you take on their anger, you take on their sadness, you take on their stress. It is like their feelings become your feelings. You leave the conversation feeling heavy and dirty, like you have been covered in emotional slime. The smart strategy is to build an emotional shield, an invisible wall inside you. You mentally take one step back, you change your role. You are no longer a player in the game. You are now watching the game from the side. You are an observer. Let's imagine a situation. You are in a work meeting. Your boss made a mistake, but he is trying to blame you. He says, "This happened because you did not finish your part on time." You feel that hot feeling of panic. You feel defensive. You want to shout, "That's not true. I did finish it." This is absorbing. Instead, you turn on your observe, don't absorb mindset. You say to yourself, in your mind, "Okay, here it is. The blame game. This is interesting." Notice how his voice got louder. He is using a blame tactic. He is trying to make me feel bad so he does not have to take responsibility. Fascinating. You are not agreeing with him, not at all, but you are not letting his angry words get inside you. You are not letting them hurt your heart. You are watching a show, a sad little show. It is not your reality. This mental distance gives you power. It gives you clarity. You can think clearly. You can respond with logic, not with hurt feelings. When your boss finishes talking, you can calmly say, "I hear what you are saying. Let's look at the project timeline together. We can see where the delay happened." You see, you did not fight. You did not cry. You moved the conversation back to facts, not feelings. This is very powerful. This strategy works so well with family. Imagine you have an uncle. Every holiday, he makes comments about your life, about your job or your partner or your choices. This year, you decide to be a scientist. You decide to observe. The uncle starts his usual talk. "Oh, are you still single? It's hard to find someone at your age." Inside your mind, you say, "Ah, there it is, right on time." This is his pattern. This is his own unhappiness talking. He is trying to get a reaction from me. How predictable. When you see it as his pattern, you take it less personally. It is not really about you. It is about his own issues, his own script that he plays again and again. You can feel a sense of distance, maybe even a little bit of pity for him, instead of anger. You can give a little non-committal sound. And then you can excuse yourself to get a drink of water. You observed his behavior, but you did not absorb his poison. Practicing this is like building an emotional immune system. Your immune system learns to see a virus and fight it. Your emotional immune system can learn to see toxicity and protect you from it. You can notice, this person is trying to make me feel guilty. But you do not actually have to feel guilty. This is not about being a cold person. It is about being a wise person. You choose what you let inside your heart. You choose what you let inside your mind. You understand that their bad behavior is about them. It is a reflection of their inner world. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your true value. Your worth is not decided by them. Section 6. Release the need for closure and apologies. Our sixth strategy is one of the most difficult, but it is also one of the most liberating. It can set you free. The strategy is this: you must let go of hope. You must let go of the hope that the difficult person will change. You must let go of the hope that one day they will wake up, that they will see the pain they caused you, and that they will finally say, "I am sorry." Many of us stay in toxic situations for years. We stay connected to difficult people. Why? Because we are waiting. We are waiting for the final scene of the movie. in this scene. They understand everything. They cry. They say, "You were right all along. I was wrong. Please forgive me." We believe we need this scene to heal. We think our healing is locked in a box, and they have the key. We are waiting for them to unlock it for us. With a truly toxic person, this scene will never happen. This apology will never come. Their whole way of thinking is built to avoid blame. For them, admitting they were wrong is like dying. It feels like a total failure. So they will do anything to avoid it. They will lie. They will change the story. They will blame you. They will play the victim. Anything to avoid saying, "I am sorry." Smart people learn this hard truth. They decide to stop waiting. They decide to give closure to themselves. They decide to become their own hero. How can you do this? There are 3 steps. First, you must grieve. Grieve means to feel sad about a loss. You must allow yourself to be sad. Be sad for the relationship you wanted but did not have. Be sad for the mother you needed, but she could not be that for you. Be sad for the friend you deserved, but they were not that friend. It is okay to be angry. It is okay to be sad. Let yourself feel these feelings. It is part of healing. Second, you stop fighting for justice. You stop trying to prove you were right. You stop having arguments in your head, in the shower. You stop writing the perfect email in your mind, the email that will finally make them understand. You realize all this energy, all this time, is being poured into a black hole. It disappears forever. You must take that energy back, and you must put it back into your own life, into your health, into your hobbies, into your dreams. Let's say you ended a friendship with a toxic friend. You want everyone to know your side of the story. You want to defend your name. The smart move is to stop. Instead, write a letter to the friend. A letter you will never send. In this letter, you write everything. All your anger, all your pain, all the things you wish you could say. Pour it all out onto the paper. And then you burn the letter, or you tear it into 1,000 tiny pieces. This is a symbol. It is for you. It is you processing your feelings. You do not need them to hear it. You just need to let it out. Third, you become your own source of validation. Validation means telling yourself that your feelings are okay. You say to yourself the words you wanted to hear from them. You can look in the mirror and say, what they did was wrong. It was not okay. My feelings are valid. I did not deserve to be treated that way. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You become your own savior. You become your own loving parent. As long as you are waiting for their apology, they still have power over you. They are still controlling your happiness. The moment you let go of that hope, you are free. You take the key back. You unlock your own healing. This is not about letting them get away with it. It is about letting yourself get away. Letting yourself get away from the prison of anger and waiting. The best closure is not a big conversation with them. The best closure is the quiet sound of you gently closing the door and walking toward your own peaceful future. Section 7. Put them on a strict information diet. Our 7th strategy is simple and very practical. You can start using it today. It is this: put the difficult person on a strict information diet. What is an information diet? It means you radically reduce the personal things you tell them. You share very little information about your life. Why? Because with a toxic person, Any information you give them can be used against you. Your personal stories become weapons in their hands. With healthy people, we share our feelings to connect. We share our worries. We share our dreams. This is how we build trust and friendship. But a toxic person listens differently. They are not listening to help you. They are not listening to support you. They are listening to collect data. They are gathering intelligence. They collect your fears. They collect your insecurities. They collect your secret dreams. They are like a spy building a file on you. Then later, when they want to hurt you or control you, they use your own words against you. They use your own vulnerabilities to make you feel bad. For example, let's say you tell a difficult family member, I am really insecure about my public speaking skills. I get so nervous. You are sharing a vulnerability. You are hoping for support. Later, before you have to give a big presentation at work, they might say, oh, you have that big speech tomorrow. I hope you're not too nervous. We all know that's not your strong point. See what they did? They used your own secret fear to make you feel more nervous, to make you doubt yourself. This is cruel. Or maybe you tell a toxic friend that you are worried about money. Later, when they want you to do something for them, they might use it to make you feel guilty. Oh, I know you are worried about money, but could you lend me your car for the weekend? It would really help me out. Now it is hard for you to say no without feeling selfish. Smart people learn that not everyone deserves to hear their story. Not everyone has earned the right to know their heart. Vulnerability is a gift. You should only give it to people who are safe. With difficult people, smart people keep the conversation light and superficial. They talk about things that are not personal. How does this work in real life? You need to become a master of the polite, empty answer. Let's imagine your mother-in-law can be very critical. She asks you, so how are things really going between you and my son? You two seem a little distant lately. You know what she is doing. She is fishing. She is looking for problems. She is looking for drama. The wrong response is to be honest. Well, things have been a bit stressful lately. Stop. You have just given her exactly what she wants. You have given her ammunition. The information diet response is different. It is bright. It is cheerful. And it is completely generic. You can say with a big smile, oh, we are great. Just busy with work as always. Life is good. How have you been? I heard you went to the coast last weekend. You gave her nothing personal. Zero, and then you change the subject back to her. Most toxic people love to talk about themselves. So this works very well. Think of your personal life, your feelings, your dreams, your worries, as a special private club, a beautiful garden just for you and your trusted friends. There is a velvet rope at the entrance and a very strong security guard. Difficult people are not on the guest list. They are not allowed inside. They have to stay outside. With them, you only talk about safe, boring, impersonal topics. The weather. It is very warm today, isn't it? Sports? Did you see the game last night? A popular TV show. That new series is very interesting. You do not talk about your feelings. You do not talk about your marriage. You do not talk about your money. You do not talk about your dreams for the future. At first, this can feel wrong. It can feel like you are being fake or inauthentic. Try to change how you see it. You are not being inauthentic. You are being protective. You are not being cold. You are being wise. Sharing your true self is a precious gift. Do not give that gift to people who will only use it to break you. Save it for the people who deserve it. Save it for the people who will protect it. Section 8. Reclaim and anchor your narrative. Our 8th strategy is about taking back your own story. You must fight the difficult person's attempt to define who you are. You must become the author of your own life story. A very powerful weapon that toxic people use is the false narrative. A narrative is a story. They are very good storytellers. And in their story, they are always the good guy. They are the victim. And you are the bad guy. You are the villain. They will tell stories about you to other people, to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers. In these stories, they will say you are crazy, or unstable, or selfish, or too emotional. Why do they do this? They want to isolate you. If everyone thinks you are the problem, then no one will support you. They also want to make you doubt yourself. If you hear it enough, you might start to believe it. Am I crazy? Am I selfish? Our first reaction is often to fight back, to start our own public relations campaign. We run around to everyone, trying to tell our side of the story. That's not true. Let me tell you what really happened. But think about this. When you are busy correcting their story, you are still letting them lead the dance. They set the topic, and you just react. You are playing their game. Smart people understand something important. You cannot control the stories that a toxic person tells about you. You just can't. But you can control the story you tell yourself. And you can control the story that your life tells. Smart people build a very strong foundation of self-worth. They anchor themselves in their own truth. They know who they are. And when they are this strong, the toxic person's stories become just noise, like a barking dog far away. It is annoying, but it cannot hurt you. So, how do we do this? First, you must stop engaging with their stories. Do not argue with them about the lies they tell. Do not call your mutual friends to set the record straight. This only creates more drama. It pulls more people into the storm. Let it go. Second, focus on being, not on explaining. Instead of running around telling everyone, I am a calm and kind person, just be a calm and kind person. Let your actions be your story. While the toxic person is busy creating drama and telling lies, you are consistent. You are reliable. You are peaceful. You are kind. Over time, people will see the difference. Smart, thoughtful people will notice the huge gap between the crazy story the toxic person tells about you and the reality of who you are. Your character is your best defense. It speaks louder than any lie. Third, you need to create your own council of voices. This means you surround yourself with good people. People who really see you. People who know your heart. People who value you. These are your true friends, your supportive family members, or maybe a good therapist. When the toxic person's voice gets into your head and you start to doubt yourself, you start to ask, am I really a selfish person? At that moment, you turn to your counsel. You call a good friend. You talk to them. They will remind you of who you are. They will say, no, you are one of the most generous people I know. Their voices act as an anchor. An anchor is a heavy object that keeps a ship from floating away. Your council of voices keeps you anchored to your truth. As Brené Brown says, you should only listen to feedback from people who are in the arena with you. People who are living and trying and being brave alongside you. A toxic person is not in the arena. They are sitting in the cheap seats far away. They are just throwing popcorn and criticism. Their opinion does not matter. It is not evidence in the court of your self-worth. Let them have their little story. Let them have their drama. You are too busy. You are busy living your real, true, beautiful story. Section 9. Understand the why without excusing the what. This is our final strategy. Number 9. It is a very important change in how you think. Smart people often learn about the psychology of toxic behavior. They learn why these people act the way they do, but they learn this for one reason only, for protection. They do not learn it to excuse the bad behavior, and they do not learn it to try to fix the person. They learn the patterns of manipulation, so they can protect themselves from being manipulated. Many of us who are kind and empathetic, we fall into the therapist trap. When someone hurts us, our first question is, why? We want to understand. We think, what happened to this person in their childhood to make them so mean? They must be in a lot of pain. This understanding is a good quality. It comes from a kind heart. But with a toxic person, it can be dangerous. Your empathy, your ability to understand their pain, can become a weapon that they use against you. You start making excuses for them. Oh, he is only mean because his father was mean to him. She only lies because she is insecure. And then you start to tolerate their bad behavior. You accept the yelling. You accept the lies because you feel sorry for them. You are in the therapist trap. Smart people learn to separate two things: compassion and tolerance. They educate themselves. They learn about concepts like gaslighting and projection and love bombing. Not to give the person a diagnosis, but to recognize the playbook. It is like learning how a magic trick is done. When you are a child, a magic trick seems real. It is amazing. But then someone shows you the secret. They show you the hidden mirror or the secret door. Once you know how the trick works, you cannot be fooled again. You can still enjoy the show, but you know it is an illusion. Learning about toxic behaviors is the same. You are learning to see the smoke and mirrors. You change your question. You stop asking, why are they like this? And you start asking, what is this pattern called? And how does it work? For example, a partner is sometimes very, very loving. They tell you, you are my soulmate. I have never loved anyone like this. This is called love bombing. Then, a week later, they are cold and cruel. They ignore you. They criticize you. Instead of asking, why are they being so mean to me? What did I do wrong? You can learn about the idealization devaluation cycle. This is a common pattern in toxic relationships. When you can name it, you can see it clearly. You can say to yourself, this is the devaluation phase. It is not about me. It is a predictable pattern. This knowledge is for your protection only. It helps you in 4 ways. 1, it helps you recognize the tactics early. 2, it helps you not take the attacks personally. 3, it helps you predict what they might do next. And 4, it helps you avoid the trap of trying to fix them. You accept that you cannot change them. Only they can change themselves, and they probably will not. Educating yourself is an act of empowerment. It gives you your power back. You can have compassion for them from a safe distance. You can understand that a dog that was hurt as a puppy might bite. But that doesn't mean you should get in the cage with the dog. You can feel sorry for the dog from outside the cage. You can hold two ideas in your mind at the same time. Idea 1. I can have compassion for the deep pain that probably caused your behavior. And idea 2, I will not tolerate your behavior in my life. This allows you to let go of your anger without giving up your safety. It is a wise and peaceful place to be. Learning to deal with difficult people is a skill. It is like learning a new language or learning to play the piano. It takes time and practice, and you are not alone on this journey. If you have ever dealt with a difficult person, I invite you to share one strategy that helped you. Please write it in the comments below. Your story could be the one that someone else needs to read today. Your experience could give them the hope and courage to make a change. And if you want to learn more about this topic, please check out our other episode on how to set strong, unbreakable boundaries. For a very long time, we have believed a lie. The lie is that we only have two choices: to fight or to fold. Both of these choices lead to a life that is not our own. A life that is controlled by someone else's problems, someone else's drama. But now we know there is a third path. The path of smart, emotionally intelligent people. The path of strategic disengagement. It is the simple, radical act of choosing yourself. It is about becoming as boring as a gray rock to someone who needs your drama to feel alive. It is about building a strong fence for your soul and not explaining to anyone why that fence is there. It is about trusting the quiet wisdom of your body more than the loud lies of a manipulator. This third path is not about winning an argument. It is about realizing that your peace of mind is the only prize that matters. And the only way to win is to refuse to play a rigged game. It is about letting go of the need for an apology that will never come, and giving yourself the closure you have always deserved. True power is not about changing them. It is about making sure they no longer have the power to change you. It is about walking away, not because you are weak, but because you are finally strong enough to know your worth. Your energy is sacred. Your peace is not for sale. It is non-negotiable. Stop giving it away to people who do not deserve it. Reclaim it. Protect it. It belongs to you. Thank you so much for listening today. Be kind to yourself, and I will talk to you next time. Goodbye for now.